Hey guys, welcome back to the workbench. This is gonna be an interesting video. This is the first time I think I've ever attempted to modify engines like this. So, sitting in front of us here are a pair of Intermountain Paducah-built GP10s. If you know me, you know that I've got a soft spot for EMDs, let alone EMD rebuilds. Intermountain really hit the ball out of the park on these models. That they are very nice, but they need a little work. We, some friends and I, are about to start on some HO scale Freemo modules on top of the N scale modules that we currently work on. And I've always been a fan of KCS, and these lasted on the KCS roster up until about 2008, 2009, when they finally sent the last of them to other short lines, scrapped them, or built them into those weird maintenance away B units. The back one right here, the 1035, is a stock unit. The only thing I've done to it is I've gone ahead and removed the horn off the side and filled that in with styrene. But we're going to show the difference between pretty much the stock unit and the modified unit that I'm working on right here. This unit will become 1081. This will become 1082 because both units were at one point assigned to the Meridian, Mississippi KCS yard, which is also an ex-Mid-South yard, nonetheless. So here we can see the standard, I'll use my knife for this, the standard Intermountain detail, the really odd, I do mean odd-looking MU hoses, trainline air hoses. We do have the pretty nice-looking cut lever, coupler on cut lever, among some other details like the nice IC style side mounted bell. I'm assuming this is some kind of GPS dome up here, which is getting removed and replaced with another. And a few other details here and there, that the nice frog style headlights, which are very odd to me. I kind of wish Intermountain also did this straight up and down headlight version, but I'll take what I can get. Now here's the modified version. I'm missing a lens cover I just noticed. I'll have to find where I put that. So things that, to start off with, I removed the Intermountain MU hoses and added Details West MU hoses. Still have not painted the tops gray. And then we also have a very interesting piece. I'm going to move the stock unit out of the way. So these are modified Details Associates ditch lights. These are modified off of the Southern Pacific high style ditch light with MU stands. And essentially what you have to do is you have to mount the ditch light to the back plate like the direction says. Then you're going to shape the styrene to match the contour of the ditch light. You're going to cut it off of the low point of the stand and reposition it upside down, and that'll give you the really nice KCS style ditch lights. I found this by mistake. I wasn't even really thinking it was going to work that way, but they turned out pretty nice. Eventually they'll get LEDs put in them. Another thing that people probably aren't going to be a fan of is I went ahead and painted the number boards white. Per the prototype, these will not have lit number boards, nor will they have operational class lights. The class lights will also get plated over per the prototype. Another thing you'll notice is the addition to this yellow safety stripe that was pretty common on these units after the KCS buyout. And another additional detail I've had to add, and it's really hard to kind of pick up here, but there is a speed recorder in the correct position. And then the 1081 had this side-mounted vent that was added later on in its life. So I went ahead and added that off a spare part that I had laying around, and then started doing this paint patching with some CSX YN2 gray, which is pretty close to the prototype, the way the paint patching looks along this nose and along the body too, because we can notice that it's also right here along the seal, and then it's on the stanchion as well. And then we also have it right here on the back brake rigging. Another thing you'll have to do if you're going to modify these units is you're going to have to remove the air horn off the side and filled in with some styrene and or some putty. I went a little overboard, but this roof is going to get pretty heavily weathered. So once I end up painting this gray, or even just a close gray to this, the rust tone will really cover it up. And then finally we have the small can style radio radio antenna right here, which is off the prototype as well. So yeah, that's the yeah, we got the rear mounted ditch lights and MU hoses also. I've not added the train line air hose yet to these. I'm waiting on those parts to get in, but they will be installed through high-tech details. So yeah, that is in a nutshell what I've done on this engine so far. I'll do another update video once I get the numbers installed and the paint touched up and it's dull coated and ready to weather, and then we'll go on to a weathering video. But until then, guys, happy railroading.